There isn't any minimum requirement.
We just tell them in minutes.
Suggestion is that the work week ends up on Friday, maybe giving them a few days so they can do the final pay or whatever.
And we want to really attempt to start on pay periods if we can. So, and pay periods I think start every other Friday for us, and there's a schedule for that. So maybe we can work it out, and we can determine. I'll let you know what the effective date is, and then we'll go from there. As soon as
Can you make it, so as not to come back to the board, could you make a recommendation, maybe go back 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah.
Just so that we can have a state, or,
It's difficult to go back. I mean,
okay.
I would prefer to do it like immediate and not necessarily.
Tomorrow's Friday the
Monday?
20th, so.
But there's not gonna be-
Monday would mess us up payroll period-wise, because I think tomorrow is the start of the new payroll.
We can
The
start
city's
tomorrow.
pay period is different from the county's as well. They're off by a week.
But she's just on Sunday, so.
She's on the Sundance payroll, and I
Yeah,
don't know,
she's not-
when do they pay, what,
Every Friday.
every Friday, and that's based upon your work that
Right.
entire week, or is it based
Before.
upon 2 weeks
The week
before?
yeah.
So you could time that out.
Yes,
Sure.
we could probably time it out.
Because
Friday.
our pay period ends the following week we get paid.
Right.
So you could
That's
time
right.
this out where.
We can do it, we'll figure it out, and it doesn't
Make
have
sure
to
your-
start on a
Your motion has
pay
the
period,
range
just
and
like
the
to-
step though.
Yeah, it would be, let's see what we have here.
And type.
We have a range 167B, step B, and it's bargaining unit H, but it's $12.44 per hour, and so that's what you got. 167B, $12.44 an hour.
So I motion that the executive assistant for the enterprise zone be moved to a limited term employee for the county at range 167, step B, compensated at $12.44 an hour.
Okay. Terry's got a question. Thank you.
Effective tomorrow.
That's the start of the week.
Okay, it's the 20th. Okay, Terry.
I just have a question for clarification. Will she be receiving vacation, sick leave, all the benefits that
Yes.
county employees get?
Yes,
Holiday pay.
yes.
And so effective tomorrow, she would be a full-time employee?
She would be a limited term,
Right.
full-time
So
employee.
tomorrow you work 8 hours.
So you work 8 hours tomorrow, yeah. Okay, good.
Thank you.
We'll work that out with the
Now,
county.
you have to work with county, how much time has she been in, how that works with the probationary period versus non-probationary period.
Right.
You're gonna figure that out. Sick time automatically starts to accrue and is available.
Right.
Overtime takes a year, or vacation takes a year, so you have to
Yeah.
see
I'll have my
if she gets
staff-
any credit for time served. and-
Probably not. It'll be the effective date and then forward from there, and then that's where we start from. But I'll have staff work on that, and we'll get all that done and all that paperwork done.
Okay, any further discussion on this? Okay, we have a motion, second on the floor. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. We'll move on to item C,
No,
which
yeah.
payment of invoices.
Okay, we have kind of a conflict in our invoice payment. Evidently, some of the invoices were being sent to the city of Raleigh. So this is for Sundance, for Joanna's temporary pay. And some of them were being sent to the city of Raleigh, and then they started sending them directly to the IBEZ. So consequently, we have a backlog of about $6,000 in invoices that need to be paid
To Sunday.
to Sundance.
But
So
Joanna's been paid, right?
Joanna has been paid, correct. So my proposal is to go ahead and directly bill the county for this amount of money and get it paid. And not go through the city of Raleigh for the ones that are addressed to the city of Raleigh, which is about $2,588.25 for the city of Raleigh, and then the ones that came directly to the zone were around $4,000, so it's $6,709.15. And Sundance they haven't been paid for April and May and now part of June, and they're being very good about not charging us any interest. So I'd like to give them their payment as soon as possible.
Okay, is there a
Yeah,
motion? Go ahead. Carl.
Just for clarification purposes, back in March, when part of the board and the board met and the issue of recruitment for the IDZ manager came up, there was also a consensus amongst the board members that the building be transferred to the IVEZ directly. Initially, for what reason the IVEZ charges on Joanna's salary were sent to the city hall, or probably, I don't know, I've never processed those requisitions. But since I think March, April, the bills have been going to IVEZ. So there's really no other action, in my opinion, needs to be taken, because Sundance is aware that IVZ is the contractor on Port Joanne services.
Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
But Diane, you did say that the city of Raleigh still owes money, right, to the county for?
Right, the city
City
of
did pay
Raleigh
those
was
invoices.
being billed, was billed for 4 invoices, which total $2,588.25. So those invoices are directed to the city of Raleigh, and the rest of them are all directed to the IBC, and I don't see any problem with those. I think we probably need to address the ones that are to the city of Raleigh, just to clarification that the county, we could just go ahead and directly bill the county for these.
You want the city of Raleigh to bill the county for this $25,000?
No, we are gonna directly do a, what do you call it? Claim to the county and get them paid. We have a claim for you to sign today.
But the city of Raleigh had paid those invoices prior to that
Yeah.
timeframe, right? That's our understanding.
So you have two claims, one for the city of Raleigh to pay back the city of Raleigh, and then,
No. We're gonna have, the city of Raleigh hasn't paid Sundance at all for these 4.
oh, these are the ones that were sent to the city.
Yeah.
The
I'm
most
sorry.
current, please. What
Here, I
the-
have a copy, here, I have a copy for you. They actually aren't the most current weeks, they're April 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd, and the most current weeks were sent to the IDC.
Okay. But they haven't been paid either.
No. And I just want to get them paid.
So we need to get all that.
So
straightened.
there are invoices pending at the city and also at IBC.
The city
on
has given
Sundance.
me the invoices that they have,
Okay.
so they have not paid them. And if it turns out that there's duplicate payments, I can resolve that later, but I need to get them paid. We
Yes.
haven't ever had any problems with Sundance, they've always been accurate with their billing.
Here's my question. What kind of a motion do we need to get these bills paid?
Just the motion to pay all outstanding invoices to Sundance,
How
no
does
matter
the
who they're
city-
addressed to.
The city of Raleigh gets covered in that?
The city of Raleigh will be paid, and so will the county, or the county.
Somebody want to make a motion to pay the outstanding Sundance invoices?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, is there a second to that?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Now, is there any discussion on this item? Okay. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. And Raleigh's covered in this.
Yes.
All right, item D, limited employee contract with the county of Imperial.
Okay, Jerry,
Pardon?
you want to talk about the Allison's?
That was the item. Yes. A couple of weeks ago, we were notified of an audit, state audit. As you know, this is the first time that enterprise zones have been audited in their 25, 30-year history. So they have been preparing for an audit for over 2 years. They had not audited anybody at the time that we were speaking. Consequently, in some of our initial discussions back about a year and a half ago, we talked about the urgency or the importance of passing your first audit. If you did pass your first audit, you were essentially gone. That was just it. The state legislature, when they recommended that we increase the amount of enterprise zones in the areas, they were very upset that none of the enterprise zones had ever been audited. Absolutely no audit. So as a condition of the new zones, we were all going to be audited. Consequently, we needed to make sure that we did pass those audits based on the history that we all had back about a year and a half ago when we were going through the process. We huddled together and decided that perhaps we ought to bring in Allison back in, since she had a lot of history in the program, prepare everything, all the documentation that needed to be done. She left with a lot of history, and a lot of history not only in what had been going on from the beginning, but she knew where all the files were, et cetera. In my discussions with board members around the table, we were saying that we should consider the idea, by the time that we get back to our next board meeting, this audit will be over.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think it was over a few minutes.
Today.
Today.
2:20.
A few minutes ago, so our timing was right. Let's bring Allison on, get us ready for this audit, and then we'll come back and pass a motion that would approve that contract. I went to our department and asked, let's take a look at